beyond the wildest dream of any New York Knicks fan to get the winner from Jalen Brunson in Detroit in Game 6 to advance to the second round of the playoffs, and then to come from 20 points down twice in back-to-back games to beat the Boston Celtics and take an absolutely shocking 2-game sit-on lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The talk shows and the talking heads are going to do, Max, what they're going to do over the next couple of days before Saturday afternoon. And they're going to talk about Jason Tatum and the Celtics missing more open shots than you could possibly imagine. I want to start the conversation by talking about where the Celtics lost this game, and that is at the end of the third quarter. 3 abysmal minutes. They went 0 for 4 with 4 turnovers. They made bad decisions. They started going styling and profiling, looking for highlight plays instead of making smart plays. They botched the fouling of Mitchell Robinson a couple of times. That cost them points in this game. And for all the conversation about the bucket of open threes, the bucket load of them the Celtics have missed in Game 1 and Game 2, and it's shocking. It defies everything we know. Celtics on the regular shooting night, obviously, as we know, win these games by 15, 20 points. It didn't happen, and you're down 0-2. But it's the margin plays. The Celtics were winning those for 3 quarters. They out-hustled the Knicks for 3 quarters. They won all the rebounding battles. But again, not valuing all those possessions. The nightmare was to give Jalen Brunson, dangle that carrot for him in the fourth quarter. The Celtics had done it twice, and they have paid a monstrous price.
Yeah, they have. They're down. But here's what you say, and I'm texting the people right now. Guy said you guys are in big trouble. What I text them is they're still the champs, and now do they have the heart to go in and win? We saw them against Miami. They were down 3-0 against Miami. If there's a team that can do it, I still have a lot of confidence in these guys because it's just a margin. The margins, again, were what the Celtics didn't do. The Knicks were able to score. You had Robinson score. Tatum had, and everybody had open looks from the three-point line. But nobody made those looks, knocked down those shots. I've been in this situation before. And now it becomes all about heart. All about heart. Not Josh Hart, but all about heart. Playing with the heart of a champion. They are the champs, and they have to go out and demonstrate they're the champs, and they can do it.
Everybody wanted to call this a must-win for the Celtics, and I wouldn't take that bait over the last 48 hours, and here's why. Because the Boston Celtics not only have owned Madison Square Garden, not just for the last couple of years, but for the last quarter century. The Boston Celtics are the best road team in NBA history over the last 3.5 years, and this year they were a dominant road team. Now they put themselves in a position where they have to win a couple of games on the road in this series. The pressure shifts to New York. The dynamic that is going to change. If the Knicks went down 0-2, it was going to be wild at Madison Square Garden. The win the other night in Game 1 guaranteed a certain amount of fervor and confidence it was going to be in the building. Now, this is going to be a Stephen A-a-thon for the next 72 hours, the likes of which you have never seen. That building is going to be whipped into a frenzy like it was before Game 7 against Indiana last year. And now the Celtics, who have been the best road team, as we said, ever in the history of the game for 3.5 years, now are going to face the ultimate road test.
Well, and this is what basketball is all about. When you think about, I played in games like this before. When you go down to somebody, we had to go into Philadelphia or win a game against Philadelphia just to bring it back home. You look at the Celtics when they played Miami. They were down 3-0. What happened? They had enough to bring it back home and almost a chance to win it if Jason Tatum hadn't turned his ankle. But what I saw today was I saw guys panic and not knock down shots and be wide open from the three-point line. And every time Bridges was wide open from the three-point line, he knocked it down. Hart was tremendous at getting second-chance opportunities. Karl Anthony Towns around the rim. The Knicks have played a great game, and the Celtics haven't. The Celtics have played in glimpses. And because of that, they're down 2-0, and everybody and their brother right now are texting me. What did I say? What did I say? Okay. Still the champs.
The Celtics were 20-2 this year after a loss until tonight. Just the third time they've lost 2 in a row. You got to go back to midway through Joe Mazzulla's first year, or late in that first year. It's been over 2 years since the Celtics lost 3 consecutive games. That is something that technically will be on the line Saturday, but something much, much bigger will be at stake as the greatest road team ever now is going to have to prove it with everybody jumping off the bandwagon in between now and then.
Hold on. What's that sound I hear? Oh, those are Laker fans all cheering right now. Everybody, as I said before, everybody but the Celtics. So if you're the Celtics right now, you have nothing to lose. The pressure's not on you. You're still the champs. The Knicks have to go in and prove who they are. And I think that if the Celtics go out and play their A game, they're still capable of winning. I think one thing you do is you shift the dynamics now of pressure. No pressure on the Celtics now. The pressure is all on the home team to go out and win a basketball game if you're the Knicks.
The Knicks will have to be better, but they can be better. But the Celtics, in this extraordinary run, 100 threes they have taken in the series. They have missed 75 of them. They lose in overtime in Game 1. They lose by a single point in Game number 2. If the margins are everything, the Celtics are very much alive in this series, but it's not going to feel like it after you listen to everything you're going to hear over the next 3 days. Max and I will be with you at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. The Telltale Game 3 at Madison Square Garden begins at 3:30. Max and I will talk to you then.